Welcome, welcome. So in my last video, I was discussing the possibility of this being a serial killer. And today what I'm going to do is go over a few different cases that I consider very close proximity in both location as well as time frame, and how I think there's just quite a bit of similarities and they could possibly be linked. The first case involved a 71-year-old woman, Sandra Ladd, and she lived in Washougal, Washington, and she was stabbed to death in her home. She was discovered June 14th, 2020 at about 4:30 in the afternoon. So her actual time of death is unknown, but they're speculating that, you know, she was attacked either, you know, the night before or maybe early hours of the 14th. I couldn't find who was the person that found her, or who was the last person she had spoken to or seen prior to her murder. I think that would help really narrow down, you know, when she may have actually been killed. So if anybody knows that information, please share it with us in the comments. She died of stab wounds to her torso. And another kind of weird similarity to the Idaho murders is that the police said that there was no danger to the community, even though the killer was not caught. And Washougal is 342 miles away from Moscow. So the next case involves Travis and Jamie Lynn Juetten, and they lived in East Salem, Oregon. They were also attacked in their home, in bed, by somebody with a knife. And this was estimated to have happened around 3 a.m. in the morning on August 13th, 2021. Travis, who was 26, did die of his wounds. And then his wife, Jamie Lynn, 24, she actually survived the attack, but she still suffered from 19 stab wounds. Sandra did live in a different state than Travis and Jamie Lynn, but it was only like 70 miles between the two locations. I'm going to go over the possible similarities in all of these cases. And I say possible just because we don't exactly know about when Sandra was killed. These have the assailant breaking into their homes and stabbing them to death in their beds early morning hours, around 3 a.m. The murder weapon was never found. These were all committed, again, with a little bit of liberty taken here, but on the 13th of the month. No essay was reported. And these crimes are within relatively close proximity of each other when you're looking at the United States as a whole. One thing I don't see here is the victims all sharing, similar attributes. As I mentioned in my previous video, generally serial killers have a type. So I'm not seeing that so much in this case. Both men and women are killed, but I still do think the women are the targets and the men are collateral damage. Another thing that I think is really striking is that if these are all done by the same person, it appears that he's really escalating in risk. So the first case is of a 71-year-old single woman being attacked on June 13th, 2020. And then a year and 2 months later, on August 13th, 2021, he attacked a man and a woman in their mid-20s. And then another year and 3 months later is when he attacked 3 women and 1 man, and they were all in their early 20s. It would be interesting to know if murders like this, where it's involving a stabbing, multiple victims, no SA, if they would have a longer cooling off period. And are we going to maybe then see at the end of 2023, early 2024, another murder like this. Some sources I've seen say that the police do not think that these are related, but then other sources say that they aren't ruling anything out at this time. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.